del Milan invece.
Attenzione, Giroud in area, si gira, sinistro, rete, ha raddoppiato il Milan al 33esimo minuto nel corso della ripresa. Cambia ancora il parziale a San Siro, gol, capolavoro di Olivier Giroud, spalle alla porta, in area di rigore, si libera sul piede sinistro, manda a vuoto l'intervento del difensore dell'Inter e piazza il suo sinistro nell'angolino più lontano, lì dove Samir Handanovic.
Buongiorno, pomeriggio, buonasera, fellow Melanisti, and welcome to the MLM Podcast live with us, your hosts, me, Max Lombardia, and him, of course, everyone's favourite AC Milan uncle, Zio Gino. We are back, and we have got a lot to talk about today. How you doing, Gino?
Not too bad, Max. How are you?
Yeah, not bad, not bad. There's so much to talk about today, Gino. I don't know where we're going to start. But before we start, just a big thank you to Milan Extra yet again for propping us up with their graphics. Great page. Give them a like, a subscribe, a follow. They've got a great Instagram account as well. Should we go straight into the Cremonese game and then see where it takes us?
Let's do it.
Yeah. Okay, so look, here's the starting 11. Mike Maignan in goal, obviously Tomori, Coney De Winter and Pavlovic as the back three. Gabbia still unable to start due to his injury. And then Salamanca's Fofana back in there despite Yashari's. We could have put money on it. Despite Yashari's performances. Luka Modric, obviously accompanied by Adrian Rabiot, Davide Bartazaghi, and then Leao and Christian Pulisic up top. Thoughts on this starting 11, Gino?
Yeah, the only real kind of shock to me, well, I say shock, not shock, but Fofana being back in there after the Yashari performances that we have seen recently, the game that we went and see live against Parma. I thought he was absolutely fantastic. Really, really don't understand why he's not starting, to be honest, or getting starting minutes against Cremonese, a team like Cremonese. I kind of understand Fofana being brought in for a game like Inter. Or, you like one of the top 16, for example, you kind of put your trust there. But Cremonese, you should be beating Cremonese easily. So Yashari should be starting. For me, Yashari and Ricci should be in that team, resting players, and giving other players opportunities. But typical Allegri, no.
Yeah, I mean, I thought, like you, Yashari would definitely get a start, especially the last couple of games. He didn't get any minutes at all, didn't come on at all in this game.
And obviously, the other frustrating thing there is like what we spoke about in the game against Parma. Leao and Pulisic.
Yeah, I was just going to say that. Yeah,
are not strikers. They are not strikers. So why we are playing them as strikers is frustrating. They are wingers. They are your most. I mean, Leao is your most winger person. I don't know that. I don't know if there is an actual correct nomenclature for it all, but he is the most winger we've seen, right, in a long time. Playing him as this kind of false nine just does not work. Pulisic again, he's kind of like, he's almost weirdly like a false 10 more than a winger. Pulisic, he's not he's not an outright 10, and he's not an outright winger. But he's not a striker either. I kind of see him as this false 10, which sounds ridiculous. But actually, the more I say it, the more I'm getting convinced by my own words.
Hello, Raja, in the chat. Look, listen, spot on. Yashari, not sure why he didn't start and why Fofana's in there. And again, with the forwards, we saw firsthand just how ineffective these two together are. We've said it before, like you just said there, they are about as winger as you get in terms of Leao. He's literally a left winger. That's exactly what he is. That's his bread and butter. And he's sort of trotted out every week to play a position that isn't his, which is frustrating. We'll get into the game a little bit more in a sec. Salamakers as well. At the time, happy for him to start, but we'll talk about that performance. Bartazaghi has a starting spot every single day of the week and twice on a Sunday over Stepanan. And it was good to see Pavlovic back in there. So, look, let me talk through the game and then we can kind of sort of talk of the results. So, I'm going to start with the stats, which I don't normally start with, just to kind of paint a little bit of a picture around this Cremonese game. Now, a reminder that we played one of the bottom teams in the league. Yes, they did beat us in the first game of the season, but since everything's kind of changed for them. So, shots, they had 13, which is too much. We had 17. They had 3 on target, we had 6. 47% possession for them against our 53. What on earth was that? Someone's going into our feed. It's because we went to the San Siro and gave Jerry Cardinale £20 each, and now that's it. Now everyone's against us.
We can't be more unlike others.
Yeah, Raja. I wonder if Allegri is in
iconoclast.
He knows his system and he just sticks with it. Yeah, I think that's spot on. As I was saying, 47% possession for them against our 53. 392 passes for them against our 444. They had an 83% pass accuracy. We had an 88% one. 12 of their fouls to our 10 fouls, 2 yellow cards to our 0. They were offside twice. We were offside 3 times. They had 6 corners and we had 7. Sorry. So a lot of people were saying we still dominated or whatever. We had a lot of chances in this game, big chances which we missed. And on a different day, this could have been an absolute pummeling for Cremonese. But what I don't want to get away from is the fact that Cremonese still had a game here, and they really shouldn't have. A team like Cremonese shouldn't even touch the sides against us, but they did. First half, I mean, I get the resultism. I get it. You know, as long as you don't lose, you draw and you win games. It's the main thing. And as long as you go from 8th last season to where we are now, we're not challenging for the Scudetto, but we're in a much better position. That's okay, right? But what we're seeing week in, week out is hard to watch. The first half was horrendous. Literally couldn't string passes together. We moved the ball, like you said in your preview, your review podcast. We moved the ball well out of the defence, and then that is it. That's it. Possession lost. We can't do anything in the final third. And we've got these 2 fullbacks to cross into nobody. We've got these 2 wingers in the middle. They don't really position themselves well. It seems that Leao was the main sort of focal point, and Pulisic is around Leao. Doesn't work. The first half was awful. However, it's like Cremonese knocking on the door a lot of times. They didn't really do much in terms of actual proper chances. Bonazzoli was awful this game. He missed so many chances. Jamie Vardy, who had like one fan given award this season, which Premheads thought that meant Serie A's crap, was awful as well. The best chances in the half came to us, and I have to say Fofana is robbed of 2 really clear assists. It's a great through ball to Leao. I don't know how Leao misses that. I think it was harder to miss than to score, but somehow he does it. Same with Pulisic. Absolute on a plate for the pair of them. They both screw it up. And then Fofana himself has a really good chance where he scuffs it on his left foot. The keeper has to dive down and make a good save. That's it, really, for the first half. Half-time comes. We wait till the 62nd minute where Allegri makes some changes. It's not working. We're still not winning. Richie and Fulcro come on for Fofana and Salad, which makes sense. We change formation. We then go 3 up top, Pulisic, Leao, Fulcro up top. Leao automatically becomes a completely different player. Literally, it's like instant. It's like a minute and he's different altogether. Pulisic shows that he's still struggling for his form and he isn't quite the player that finished 2025. Game carries on, still can't score. 78th minute, and Nkunku comes on for Pulisic. And Atakemi comes on for Tomori. Both Pulisic and Tomori aren't happy. I think I said at the time on X, I don't know what you're complaining about. You've both not been particularly great. Time to come off. 89th minute, saviour of all saviours, Estupinan comes on for Bartazaghi. And then we score 2 goals. Is it chance, Gino? I don't think it's chance. I think Estepinan's graceful presence changes the run of the game.
Sure.
It's a good cross from Modric. De Winter headers it on. It hits Pavlovic in the face. He doesn't really know much about it. It goes in the back of the net. It's 1-0.
Yeah.
Pablo Minguia as much as he can. Milan take the lead. I mean, undeserved? I don't think so. I think it is deserved. But I mean, talk about Gawler, right? And then just to add to it all, 94th minute, great header on by Fulkrug, great run by Nkunku, squares it to Leao. Leao can't miss this time. And Leao bangs in his 9th Serie A goal of the season, 10th goal in total. Not bad for someone that's played 20 games. Game finishes there, Gino. Before I give you my take, now that I've run through the game, what are you thinking coming out of that game?
I mean,
what are your thoughts?
I can't really add more than what I said in the post-match emergency kind of little podlet that I made. It's okay. It's great. It's a result. If you are to compare where we are this year to where we were last year, to the uncertainty, to the anger by the players towards the managers, both managers, to how we weren't, a game like that last year, we would have lost it. I genuinely think we would have lost, right? So the fact that we've got a bit of a different, the fact that we've got very much a very different mentality this year, it is down to Allegri. Allegri is pulling some sort of miracle off. However, it is telling that we do not play players in their best positions. It is telling that we are having to rely on these kind of last-minute goals. It is telling that our final third play looks like, when you see those forest fires and then all of a sudden, like there's a sloth crossing a road and people stop in their cars to like say, oh, look, a sloth is crossing the road, right? And it's like, then you have to pick up the sloth because it's like, oh, he's taking far too long and he's not going to make it. Or, we're like that sloth right now when we get in that final third. It's like we need all the help in the world to try and get that ball in. And we're not creating that for ourselves. And it's just so much more obvious now than what it was, let's say, like 10 games ago or 8 games ago, right? It's so much more obvious that the system does not work the way that Allegri has got it. And that really worries me. We were at the San Siro. We were watching this against Parma. We'd get the ball out from the back. We'd get into midfield. Midfield would control the pace, would control the game, would control the direction, would do absolutely everything. Gets into the final third, and it's like, why is there nobody to pass it to? Where's there nobody to pass it to? So we do need an out-and-out striker. We do need somebody who is capable. We do not need to be sticking Leao and Pulisic into that kind of false 9, 2 false 9s, or a false 9 and a false 10. They need to be wingers. That said, Pulisic is struggling with form. So the more and more I think back to this game, the more it actually is more of an exposure of our weaknesses rather than any of our strengths. And I think it's becoming more and more telling when you start hearing certain voices saying that, Allegri's not happy and all this other stuff. Would you be happy if you can't do your job properly?
Well, Fulkrug is the only centre forward he really has available, and he doesn't start him.
Doesn't start him.
So I think that says everything. And yes, of course, Pulisic and Leao arguably are probably the first 2 people on the team sheet, which I understand. But they're playing out of position. I really don't understand. What's Rajat saying? Can I say something controversial? I think we played better when Santi was our striker. He didn't score, but we created much more. See, look, the thing is, the Cremonese game isn't about not creating. No. We did create. We just could not score. Leao should have 4 goals. He had a shocker, and Pulisic had a shocker as well. I think you're right. There's something fundamentally wrong with the system at this current moment. And I don't think it's necessarily, I don't want to stand here and go, it's Allegri's fault, because I don't think it really is. No. I think it's about the personnel he has and what he has and hasn't got. If Bartazaghi is your starting left back, as good as he is, and I'm happy that he's our starting left back. If Stepanan is your backup and he costs 20 million, that's awful work yet again. If you look at your centre backs, you've got Pavlovic, De Winter, Gabbia and Tomori. There's your 4 for 3 positions. The minute someone's injured, instead of using Odorgu, because he's simply not good enough, he'll use Bartazaghi and Estepanan has to play. If you look at right back, okay, Etakami, okay, Salamakers.
It's taken a long time for De Winter to even establish himself as an option.
And we were quite impressed with De Winter, especially in that Parma game. He was.
I actually will repeat for those who might not have heard it, well, from our podcasts from Italy, from Milan itself, or anything that we've said since, or anything that you may have tweeted since, I think De Winter has got a lot of markings of being a very good centre back. He cannot play as the lone centre back in a 3. He has
the central one.
As the central one, he has to have somebody next to him because he covers ground beautifully. He covers ground really, really well. What he needs, though, is somebody either with experience or somebody who is technically better, okay, with the ball at their feet, so that he feels more comfortable that if he just pushes up a little bit, he's covered. And the thing is, we were impressed. We were both impressed with his physicality, with the way that he actually approaches the game. He's very good with that. It's just, I don't think that he can be the lone centre person, right, in a 3. I think he has to play in the back 4 to be utilised the best way. And that said, you know, that almost kind of is like putting Tomori next to him. But then you've got to play. Oh, have I gone? Am I back? You are like having to probably say, I'll put Tomori next to him, but then you need a right back of stature. So is it that you then start to go, well, actually, the whole Atakami purchase made sense? You know, is it like we seem to have this inability, like you say, and you've said it plenty of times over, the way that we have chosen our or gone about the market and who we've bought and why we've bought them, right? And why we've bought them is really puzzling when you think about what our objectives are.
Yeah, I don't think that the 3 at the back's a bad thing. I think that works okay. I think the 2 wing backs are fine in terms of positionally. I think we've got too many people in the middle of the park, and sometimes it's almost like too many cooks, if that makes sense. Because then when we're then like getting to that final third and we're just passing. You know, just fucking shoot the fucking ball.
Right. What? All right. So what do we keep on saying when we're at Parma in the Milan game?
We just kept saying, shoot. Somebody fucking shoot.
Right? And nobody was having a shot. Nobody was having a pop from the edge of the area. Nobody was thinking, if it gets a rebound, there's somebody going to be there. None of that. There was so much sideways passing. Honestly, we were like a crab. We were like a bloody crab. The ball was just doing this side to side. And right. So for anybody who isn't aware, Max and I went and watched the Milan Parma game in Milan. Literally, I was just the level of foul language coming out of our mouths. Max was just so quiet as well. Like, we're watching the first half, and Max is just so quiet. We had this. I couldn't even sit down, right, properly. My legs were out on the stand because I couldn't. My legs didn't fit into the actual stand. I was the only one who actually had that issue, wasn't I? So I was like there, I was like looking, and then just like I was going, just fucking shoot, one of you, just shoot, like because. Nope. So that middle of the park is so congested, unnecessarily so. Unnecessarily so. Like, do we need 5? Can we just play with can we play a diamond in the middle? Do you know what I mean? Can we do something different? You don't need 3 at the back versus low blocks, or if you have to play 3 at the back, move to a 3-4-3. Yeah, again, you can make that 4 a diamond. Yeah. I think making it a diamond makes a hell of a lot more sense, right? So you do allow the pace up the wings. We've got wingers. We've genuinely got players either side, Salamakers and Batazagi. Again, Salamakers, he did annoy me with that cross. But technical ability, incredible.
He didn't have a good game against Cremonese though.
But he had a terrible
Salamakers. Yeah, it wasn't good. Wasn't good. Right. Look, the one thing I wanted to mention is for all the shit that the man gets, and he wasn't great in this game. He has scored 80 goals for Milan now, which is quite good for a
How many seasons?
left winger. I don't know, 5, 6. I think is it 3 or 4 seasons in a row where he scored 10 or plus goals or something, which is quite good for a left winger.
Yeah.
So pretty happy with that. Yeah, fair play to him. Right, something I thought you quite like. Literally what we were just talking about. So Fabio Capella says, questo Milan ha 2 difetti evidenti, mancano un difensore di grande livello e un centravanti da schierare titolare. So we're missing a high-level experienced centre-back and a proper centre-forward to start.
Yeah.
And I couldn't agree with him more. I think we saw that. So we need, like you said, a centre-back to command the back line properly. De Winter can be a sidestep to that, maybe not the main guy, and a proper striker who can start a game, because Fulcrum clearly isn't good enough. Otherwise, he'd be starting. And even against Cremonese, he didn't start. So he obviously isn't.
So just a quick thing, Matt Santangelo pointed this out, like the XG. He said something that I've always said in my head, but I've never said it out loud. He said that XG is very much like Fugazi. It's like a Fugazi system, right? Or it can be perceived as Fugazi. And actually, when you look at what XG is really trying to do, it's really trying to look at we should have had we had like a 5.9 XG or something.
It was high, wasn't it? Yeah.
It was really high. And the fact that we leave it to the 91st minute for a ball to hit Pavlovic's face to get it, right? It tells you something. But also the thing that Matt and Martina were talking about is how Milan should go for somebody like Moise Kean. And I think it fits perfectly into what Capello's saying. You do need a Moise Kean there. I think he would be ideal. But it's like, is this management board ever going to spend anything over 25 million for a striker?
Not the right one anyway. They spent 35 on Jimenez. But
why is it that we, offload the shite that we have? Offload the players that we don't need. No, it just.
Yeah, but offload who? There's only like 20-something players. If you start selling them, then they're going to have to go to work.
Like a family member, just so that you can purchase somebody better to beat you up. You would, wouldn't you? You just would. Like, you wouldn't think twice. Like, I know I would. Like, I'm just saying. So there's plenty of people. If any of my family are listening, you're all marked, right? So
Blimey. No, but you're right. And I agree with Capello, like a proper centre forward. Moise Kean would be perfect. If you think about not playing the 3 in the middle, you play 2 in there, and then Moise Kean, because he's quite mobile, can come back and support and then be part of the thrusting forward 3. I think you're laughing. In theory, but again, I think its release clause is 50-something million. It's not going to happen. They're not going to do it. It makes sense. They could sell someone. They could, in Kunku, what a waste of money that was. But here we are. Another thing I wanted to show you was just this. And essentially, those that are getting carried away with saying Milan are Scudetto contenders just because we've been sat in second for a while, I kind of need to point this out. A Scudetto team doesn't lose all these games. A Scudetto team has or works a way out of getting through these games. And this season, we are incapable of knocking down those low block clubs, those clubs that defend in 10. We don't have the quality to do it. Now, we beat Cremonese 2-0 just. That was looking like another 0-0 or potential smash and grab for them is what I kept thinking throughout the game. So my worry, or not my worry, my clear statement here is Milan were never Scudetto contenders. They should have been, but they weren't. This is the reason. Now, Inter can go lose against Milan, Juventus, Roma. It doesn't matter if they're smashing every single other team and consistently building their 3 points. This unbeaten run was pointless because that's a weird way to say it wasn't pointless, but we drew so many games in it, it lost its power, its strength, its weight.
I mean, if they were all converted to wins, the ones we drew, they were
We're laughing. Yeah.
15 points, which means that we'd be 5 points out of Inter right now.
We're laughing. We're literally laughing. Even if we'd lost a couple of games, and it's.
Yeah, you'd almost prefer to lose another 2 and win 3. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
Kind of weird maths as it just works out. If you'd won 3 of those and lost another 2, you'd only be a point behind Inter.
Exactly. And there was some games here that we just weren't good enough. Sassuolo, we'll talk about weird decisions in a second, but Sassuolo we were probably robbed with the third goal. Parma 2-2, we were 2-0 up and Stepanan got bodied. Pisa 2-2, we were lucky to get that draw. Cremonese lost, fair enough. Genoa 1-1. They almost had, do you remember when they missed that penalty in the last minute? Fiorentina 1-1. We scored Fortuna at the end with Nkunku. And then that Parma loss. I mean, we should have fucking scored about 50 goals in that game. But anyway, so look, just want to talk about now. I do want to talk about some refereeing decisions. So when we went to watch Parma, we had a very controversial thing happen, right? So 2 big things that we haven't had a chance to talk about together properly. One, this. So this is a freeze frame from Parma Cagliari. This game was a week after the Milan game. So you can clearly see there the Parma player stood right next to the goalkeeper, yeah? That is the identical position which he took on the corner that led to Parma's goal. It is identical. Don't let Ndedi see other bullshitters and Milan fans that have toxic negativity tell you that isn't the same. It's the exact same thing.
It's the exact same thing and the exact same player.
Spot on. This was given as a free kick for impeding the goalkeeper. Now, I'm sorry, but this is literally the same. Now, we talk about Malaferde and stuff. What is going on here? A week distance with the same team, same player.
Can I just say something?
Go for it.
The position of the referee and look at where the referee's looking.
He's looking directly at him.
Looking directly at it. Yeah. We were at the game. We were behind the Milan goal. And what did I say before the corner got taken? What did I say?
You said they're going to score from this corner. And we said, didn't we? Because we were like, that corner's completely unnecessary. Yep. If they just communicated better at the back, Rabiot wouldn't have kicked it out because he had all the time in the world, and it wouldn't have happened. So that's
when
why.
When you went in,
right,
the ref, we looked at the ref, the pair of us, who said, "Oh no, he's not giving it."
Yeah.
Then it gets given the VAR check. And here's the thing. A goal didn't come from this, did it? The fact that the goal was scored, right, is what some commentators have said is why VAR was brought in to basically say the goal should have been allowed, right? And if you look at the episode, do you have a screen grab from when it was against us?
No, I've got a better angle.
Better angle.
Do you want to see the better angle that would have got the goal definitely disallowed?
Go on. There it is. I can't believe you just posted that picture. So for anybody listening right now, it is a mock-up of the goal against AC Milan by the Parma number 3 defender, who was, by the way, an absolute shithouse all game. Right?
Yeah, he was, yeah.
Watching him, I said, who is that lanky bastard, right? Because he's fucking huge, actually. And instead of Bartosaghi being bent over by this guy, it's Bastoni. For those who can't see what Max has put up on the screen and are listening in their car on the way to work or whatever. So the problem is VAR. The fact that it was called to VAR against us is against the protocol of VAR. VAR shouldn't be checking that. They're on the referee's decision on the pitch at the time is what stood. There was no need to ask for VAR. There was no need for VAR to intervene. It went against the protocol that the Referees Association, had said it would go against. So I'm not saying conspiracy. I'm not saying anything like that. I'm just saying, what is this bullshit? What is this bullshit?
It's just us Milan fans crying. That's what it is.
Go back to the previous image. So the image of against this Parma Cagliari, that defender who was standing on the keeper it was the same player.
It's the attacker. Yeah.
Sorry, the attacker. It's the same player on the keeper, the way it was to Magnan. And we saw it. We were literally behind it. We were literally behind the goal. We saw it. We're like, hang on, that's a foul. I mean, I was going, what? That's a bit.
We said that shouldn't have been a goal. It's a foul, and then we were like, yeah, but they give it though, didn't we? We literally were like, yeah.
we were saying, I bet they give it. Like, we were there. And there was fans in front of us who like kept on turning around, looking at the pair of us. And we're like, well, yeah.
But I mean, look, it was. Yeah, look, I just don't understand what's going on. So look, if we try and be a bit objective, I guess I'll try and take away the Inter stuff and Marotta League and all that nonsense. The refereeing in Italy is a fucking shambles. It is absolutely shocking. One game to another, it's different rules. I don't understand it now. I was listening to people say, yeah, but they do this in the Premier League. This is what Arsenal does. Shut the fuck up. Impeding the goalkeeper is impeding the goalkeeper. It's like they do it on purpose. So Milan, and just to be clear, I'm not saying that because Parma were given their goal, that changed anything. We played like shit. We should have scored a load of goals.
Hit that game.
I'm not saying that. Milan need to be better, especially against Parma. But what I am saying is, why is the decision so different? Why is it so different?
Go.
And whilst we're there, I think it's important just to kind of talk. So obviously, I've done a lot of social media stuff around our trip to Milan. I've shared loads of reels, pictures, and all sorts. I have to say, Gino, I don't know if you agree with me or not. Regardless of the management and who's running Milan, going to the San Siro and watching a game is incredible. Like the atmosphere, the noise, the stadium itself, everything was amazing. And I don't think you should let Jerry Cardinalenko ruin your experience for the sake of 20 quid. The ticket cost us £20 each. That's what I gave to Jerry Cardinalenko, and I got to watch a great game of football. Now, yes, Milan wasn't great, whatever. And yes, I did take a selfie, that doesn't stop me from anything. But I would definitely encourage you, if you ever get the chance, especially before it gets knocked down, to go and watch a game. It was brilliant. The stadium is huge. I mean, Gino, when we tried to go there in the tube, I mean, we were close with people that we didn't know who they were because they were literally up each other because there was no room in that bloody thing.
I haven't been touched that way in a very long time.
And then we met loads of people, didn't we? And loads of people, I keep hearing that like everyone that goes to San Siro is a tourist. Most of the people I saw were Italian.
Most were. Obviously, when we went, most were. I think the thing is, because I knew how to get there and navigate it, we weren't going when a lot of, let's say, tourists would have gone. Because the flight that I was on, there was at least 9 lads going to go watch the game. None of them are Milan fans. They're like, what? The lad I was to my left was what was he? He was a Bolton fan. The lad to my right was a Man City fan.
But they're not. But they're not going to watch Milan at San Siro because it's Americanized. They're going because it's Milan at the San Siro.
They're going because it's the Milan at the San Siro, and they wants to see a game at the San Siro before it was too late, right?
Yeah.
And you are totally right about that. And one of the things that I would love to do is take, one of my friends in particular to go see a game before it gets knocked down, because I just think It's just going to be one of those experiences that he won't ever get, and he loves his football. So Steve, and everybody knows Steve, who listens to this podcast should know Steve. Steve, my friend from Liverpool, or from the Wirral, I should say. The Wirral, what is it? It's foreplay, the Wirral to Liverpool, isn't it? It's on the Wirral. It's not in the Wirral. Anyway, so that's a Troy Walk joke. Anyway, but so it is an experience, and as much as it pained me to give money to Cardinale, right? It was 20 quid. It's not going to shift the dial, right, on that bastard's money grabbing fucking ventures of all sorts and all nature. So I'm with you, but the management, nothing will genuinely change at Milan if that management is always going to be there. I hope for our sake, we get a Scudetto in the next 3 years. Yeah. And he says, time for me to go.
Yeah, it's worth the most it's going to be worth. Let's get rid of let's sell it. Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah,
Because also then at that point he'll be paying for a stadium.
Yeah, I think last season when we went to go play that derby in the Coppa Italia, I was like, I don't want this team to win a fucking cup. Another one, we're fucking shy. They can't get away with this. Going into Europe, having had an awful season, and I was glad. I was like, thank fuck. Good. We lost in the final. Fine, good. Serves them right. But I haven't been that conflicted since. Like, I still want Milan to win. Like, I don't switch the game on and hate watch my own team. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's just like another level. And it was great. Look, it was great. Thank you so much. You were brilliant. You knew your stuff. You knew the area really well. You made my life a lot easier. We had a great time. We didn't just go to watch a game. We went to Milan. We went to the bars. We went to the sites. We had some great meals. It was great. It was two mates catching up finally, somewhere where it was cheaper to catch up and watch a game than to go to London because so much more money.
Actually takes the piss. But no, I thank you, Max, honestly, because I don't think people realise just how much we're in contact as well, just on a day-to-day basis. We are mates. We do talk. Thing is, it's like people don't realize that, and so the first time that we meet each other is at Milan Airport. In 4 years of doing this, so it was a great weekend. It got me out of my head. I think it got you out as well. I think your first comments were, "That's the best night's sleep I've had in how many years?" So it's like it had nothing to do with me, guys. But it was just like. Nobody was disturbing him, and I was like, "Oh, it's great." It's one of those, and I tell you what, I actually think the pub that we went to the night of the game for the burger, for the moules marinara and everything, just perfect. We chilled, like we just absolutely chilled, but we were battered, right? And that's the thing. So
Rosanero Network. We need. I kind of sort of signed us up for something with these guys on international break. So let's see if we still do it. Yeah, no.
This is the first time hearing of it. Yeah. Of course it is.
Punt Animal Podcasters. Yep.
There it is.
Yeah. Right, cool. Let's move on. So look, I just wanted to show you some transfer rumours. So this is all circulating, the usual stuff. I'm just going to make it really clear, guys. Lower expectations. You get no one. See, look, you knew exactly what I was going to say before I said it.
We're obviously getting none of these guys.
Nessuno.
Nicholas. By the way, I just want to make a point of the Nicholas Jackson thing. So, it was last season was when he was at Chelsea, wasn't he? And it showed like Chelsea like as an ad of Sky Sports like no Football Manager, and I just wrote but without, it was something about Nicholas Jackson. Somebody mentioned Cole Palmer, and I went but without Nicholas Jackson telling you I want the truth, right? You can't handle the truth. It won't work. And I just made a joke like that. And I just had so many Prem heads who didn't get the joke. Yeah.
Why are you trying to be smart with people? These people, it doesn't work.
Nobody got the fucking joke, right? And I just started getting abuse. And I was like, Sky Sports, man, calm down. It's like,
do you know? You just reminded me. I watched this video. You know when they're like, "Stay silent until you hear a better player than," and it was Saka. Oh my god, mate! Look, I'm not tarnishing all Arsenal fans with the same brush, but this guy was deluded as fuck. Like it was bad. Some of the players that they mentioned, and I was just like, what? And I was thinking. Like honestly, like some of these are like Arsenal legend players, and they're like, no, Saka's better. I'm like, whoa, guys, come on, it was bad.
They didn't say something like Bergkamp or anything, did they?
I can't remember.
You got to find that.
I heard someone trying to argue that Saka was going to become more of a legend than Henri, and then I just was like, fuck off. And then I was like, ma cagare, pezzo di coglione.
Next.
Okay, right. Next rumour is this one. So supposedly we've signed this player. My first tweet was, "This isn't going to happen," and now the president wants more money.
Of course he does.
Negotiations.
It's like the script for AC Milan by every president.
What was it I read? Milan will either do the bid or go via FIFA or something. Well, I fun goal. Milan are going for anyone. If they want 12 million, it's 12 million. If you don't want him, I fun goal, and that's it. That's what it will be. Anyway, I never heard of him until the other day. Now he's some sort of generational talent. Whatever.
Have you seen it? Oh, you're not gone on YouTube to watch the best of clips? No. Next.
I can't be bothered. You'll like this one. So this is one of my cannoli of the week. Matteo Liberali has 4 goal contributions in his last 6 appearances for San Siro. So it looks like he's got going finally. Did you see his last goal? I think I sent it to you, didn't I?
Sent it to me.
Oh.
What was my reaction?
I can't remember what you said.
We gave him away for free.
That's it.
And then you replied, and a 50% resale value.
Forza Forlani, grazie. Hold on.
Grazie Forlani, grazie.
I haven't got a bloody shirt.
Grazie.
San Domianismo, grazie Forlani, grazie. Grazie Forza Redbird.
Col calcolatrice che c'ha quello. Ma mortasci tu va. Mortasci. Te ne intendi di ipica.
Here he goes. No, you got to do your southerner accent, because towards the end of our holiday, you started sounding more like me. What was it you called me? Was it you? Did you call me a slag, or was that something? No.
Slag, I did.
Yeah, you did, didn't you? You were like, you slag. It's like, wow, 2 days with me, not even.
Bex, shut up, you slag.
Oh, Jesus.
2 days with you, and I was calling you a slag. It tells you everything. Right, carry on.
I just want to make it clear that not a slag as in I was doing dodgy stuff. Slag as in just the term.
No. As in just like, you call some... Southerners have a beautiful way of calling each other 2 specific words. Slag and cunt, right? Let's just.
I can't believe you just dropped the C-bar. Oh, blimey. Right, what are we doing? Podcast, football.
I'm still getting deported. It's not even funny, right? Right, so that, the keeper punching him, the keeper who punched him is a right slag.
Yes, he's an absolute C next Tuesday as well.
Right. No, hang on. No. The keeper punching him is a right slag. But the referee who didn't give the penalty is a proper cunt.
Nice. Michael Caine is here, everyone. So there is the content I come here for. Oh, slagging cunt. Brilliant. Okay, look, I don't... So So this is my
glasses. Hang on.
Oh God. A zip noise, that's worrying.
Now you, listen here. You absolute slag. You will go to Turin and you will take all the gold. There it is.
Nice. Well done.
Thanks.
I look forward to the Apple podcast reviews we're going to get.
I cannot wait.
Raja,
mate, you better give us a 5-star for this one.
He probably has, to be fair to him. He's a legend. What was I saying? Botti. This is a Botti. The biggest Botti for the biggest
in more than one sense. Go on. Right.
The biggest Botti for me is that I listen to people say how it's or scontro di gioco, right? It's a scontro di gioco. It's fine. It's not a problem. Well played, Rajat. That's good. That's very good. It's a scontro di gioco, right? Fucking hell. It's a scontro di gioco, but the free kick goes to Parma.
Yeah.
So if it's a scontro di gioco and it's not on purpose, then why is it a free kick to Parma? So that would mean that Ruben Loftus-Cheek fouled the keeper, which he didn't.
He didn't foul the keeper. We were behind the goal where it happened. When the ball gets crossed, you're already laughing because you know I was going to get annoyed by the Salamaca's cross, right?
Yeah.
Which I did. But I've already looked across and I've seen him take out Loftus-Cheek, and I went, he's just taken out Loftus-Cheek and he's holding his face, yeah? And nothing had happened to that keeper. Let's be clear about this. Just clean through, like a real slag, right? Like an
absolute slag.
Like an absolute slag, right?
What a mug.
Fucking mug. Slag. That's all he did, right? So there's no need. I mean, that. And then the fact that, like, as soon as, because isn't the players instantly went, get over.
They were so slow, weren't they?
On the ground, the teeth.
I think we were both like, okay, this is serious because he is not moved.
He's not moving, and everybody else is like, "Hey, what's going on?" And we're like, "He's not moving." And like, "Oh, he's not moving." You had the Parma fans up behind us.
They were loving it, weren't they?
And they were loving it.
Do you know, we've got to say though, to be fair to them, they were impressive. Fucking
credit to the Parma fans who travelled there. They were so loud.
Yeah, they were really good. Yeah.
In a way where you go, I respect it. But they did also launch i petardi.
Yes, they did. Yeah.
The, like mini cannon bomb things. It was like boom, scared the shit out of us all. In fairness, really did.
Do you remember that guy that went over to that like steward who looked about 15, and he was just like, "Oh, by the way," in Italian, guys, he was Italian before anyone starts.
Yeah.
He went over and he said to him, "There's someone throwing stuff at us from up there." And the kid was just like, "What do you want from me?"
To do about it. So what do you want me to
I also love they kept saying, if you dato fumare, everyone was smoking.
Everyone was smoking. Like everyone was smoking. There was joints going round. There were vapes and everything. It was just, right.
Okay, Paul Loftus-Cheek. We're not going to see him for a while. I felt bad for him.
Loftus no cheek.
Loftus no cheek. This is my cannoli as well of the week. Jans Peter Hauger, great player. Never wanted him sold. Did a miracle. Well, he didn't do a miracle. He did well, didn't he?
He just played bloody well. When he ran onto the pitch, was it the day before in the warm-up, they changed the tunnel to Rossonero because that's what he is.
Yeah.
He also, Bastoni was giving it a bit of that, and he was just talking back to Bastoni as if to say, "You're shit."
And they knocked them out.
Knocked him out.
The treble winners, the Squadra L'Intoccabile, got beat by Bodo Glimt.
I wonder why they do so badly in Europe.
It's not about the refs, Gino. It's not about the refs.
You will only do as well in Europe if you start to get more staccato with your voice. Okay?
Please stop.
I'll do my Trump in a second.
Oh, don't do that. Don't, no. We draw the line at that now, especially, no.
Right now, in this minute in time.
No.
It's so fucking senile. Carry on.
I have got a live photo from the Bodo Glimt game, though.
Go on.
I don't know how the photographers do this stuff. Like I watched you perform art and miracle in Milan. This photographer, on the other hand, though, he's outdone you. I'm sorry. I don't know. I don't know how we did it.
Visual medium, and anybody listening in their car will not see.
So we've got a big cold sea. I guess it's the Antarctic or something. Then we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 salmons jumping up. And then we've got Barella with some goggles on diving.
That's the best way you can describe that picture.
Yes. Did you watch have you seen the dive? He literally gets like, yeah, it's shocking.
It's horrific. And again,
yeah.
my principle about how you cure something like that, right?
Yeah. Gino sent me that one as well. Yeah, that was good.
That one, yeah. So my principle about this one is that should go to a referee and the referees association after the game.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
And clear and evident diving should be punished with yellow cards, retrospective yellow cards, or even suspensions for games. It'll stop them doing it. It will stop them doing it because this isn't about favoring the action of the game. This is about gamesmanship, right?
It's embarrassing. It's so embarrassing. This man in particular, Gino, like he is on another level with this. They're trying to make out Salamaker's dived against Cremonese when he didn't. This guy is anyway. Talking of Inter, shall we move on to the last bit of the pod? I don't know how we've got 53 minutes, but we've done 53 minutes. So it's now time to talk about the Derby della Madonnina, which is coming on this Sunday night at 7:45 UK time. Milan are the home team. Let's look at the league table. So Inter obviously top 67 with the next best thing at 57. We've got 4-point lead over Napoli, which is good. And we've got a big old 6-point lead over Roma. So in terms of Champions League, the win against Cremonese was quite important. I think it's important to try not to drop any points, to lose again this game, to try and keep those guys away from us. I think that's the real main thing here. I think if anyone is genuinely totting up how Inter going to lose games and whatever, I would please Galma. It's not impossible that Inter could lose games. What's impossible is that Milan will continue to win them consistently. I think that's the issue here.
Okay,
so 10 points.
The last 10 meetings in all competitions, we've won 4, they've won 4, and then there's been 2 draws, right? So equals equal.
So talking of last games, so this is Milan's run of last games. So draw with Roma, 3-0 win against Bologna, 2-1 win against Pisa, 1-1 draw with Como, loss against Parma, and a 2-0 win over Cremonese.
The game we go and watch.
And then Inter, so obviously beat Cremonese, beat Torino, beat Sassuolo, beat Juventus, lost against Bodo Glimt.
Yeah.
And then beat Lecce as well.
Yeah.
They're not, just in terms of injuries, so it looks like Gabbia and Bartosegui will both miss the derby, which means we will see again the 3 that we saw probably against Cremonese plus Estupiñán with no backup, basically. Worrying. So, look, I don't think Inter are playing particularly fantastic at the moment. I think the Bodo Glimt defeat has done something to them. Obviously, Lautaro, I think, is still injured for this. Thuram isn't in great form. But obviously, DeMarco's having a great season. Inter are a great team. There's no point sugarcoating or bullshitting it. Even they turn up to Lecce, smash them 2-0. Thank you very much. Goodbye. So I don't really know where to go with this one. And I think it goes back to what you and I have said a lot this season, which is what Milan turns up. But who knows? Like, what What's your predictions? What are you thinking?
Well, look at your messages that I sent you.
You think they're going to win 3-1?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think Milan wins 3-1. I think we pull out a performance of a lifetime. I think, here you go. This is my bullshit radar kind of like firing on all cylinders. Here it is for me. Basically, I think we get a really quick early goal. First 10 minutes, we get a quick early goal, right? That shocks everybody a little bit. And then I think we go 2-0 up just before the half. I think the second half starts. They get a goal back. We get a bit nervous, a bit edgy. We start to lock up shop. And then we get a goal on the counter-attack around the 70th minute. And if that all happens, right, I will come to the next podcast recording dressed as, I don't know what.
Michael Caine.
Michael Caine. I will come dressed as Michael Caine.
Wheelchair and everything.
I will dye my hair. Michael Caine and Alfie or something, and just whatever. I kind of just foresee it, and then I see us losing like something ridiculous against who we got. We've got Lazio after that. We've got
if Milan beat Inter, I will dress up as Batman. If you're dressing up as Alfie, because I don't have any confidence. You slag. You don't, Raja. You don't want to dress up as one of those.
Roger off the top rope there.
Rajat's going to dress up as a slag.
You know what? Yeah, perfect.
I think
dressed as a slag, or am I? Which one is it?
Well, you're Alfie, I'm Batman, and he's the slag. So I don't know how that's going to work.
He's the slag. Watch out, Rajat.
That sounds like a bad start to a joke. So I think
all lads, Max big guys, you know.
Thanks. So I think we're going to get battered. We haven't lost a derby in a while. Okay, they're 10 points clear. We love abject humiliation at Milan. That's our favourite thing at the moment.
Yeah.
So I can't, mate. I see a 2-3-0 loss, if anything. If Leao and Pulisic start and they play like they have been,
I think
it's not looking good.
I think he changes it and puts Fulkrug on from the.
Mate, I don't think he trusts Fulkrug. He didn't want him. It's so clear he didn't want him. He wanted a proper centre forward, and he got given this half-injured player from West Ham who can't score. So I can't see it. I know I'm being pessimistic and negative, but I cannot see it. Alfred Batman and a slag walk into a bar.
I mean,
and they order 3 Negroni Spagliati. Trust me, that's a fucking good drink.
That's pretty much every 1960s show of Batman. So
nice,
right?
Got real there. Right. So. I'm going to plug the Substack. So obviously we do a Substack. It's £3.50 a month, or you can become a founding member. A massive thank you to Rajat. Do I have the thing where I have them at the top on their own? Hold on. Where's the thing on their own? Oh dear. Let me go back a sec. There we go. So a big thank you to our founding members who are Rune, Rajat and Shane. And a massive thank you to our monthly subscriber, Buzz. And then at the bottom, you'll see scrolling all the free subscribers. This couple of weeks, I've done 2. This is the one from the Parma game, all the possession, none of the punch. And this is the last, chapter 4 in my life as a Milanista, where I go through the World Cup in 2006. So if you like our content, if you like that sort of thing, if you like the bonus material, please sign up. We really appreciate all the support we can get. And that brings us nicely to the end. So look, just a big thank you from us for all the support. Really appreciate all the follows. We've had a load of extra followers on Spotify, which we really appreciate. Thank you for all the likes and views on YouTube. Thank you for everything on TikTok. Thank you for everything on Instagram, on X. We really do appreciate it. If you are on Spotify and can give us a 5-star rating, that would be fantastic. If you can subscribe to our YouTube channel, that would also be wonderful. Thank you very much. Gino, anything from you?
No, just a huge thank you to obviously everybody. Max has done all the heavy lifting with Substack in the last few months. Reasons that you all are aware of as well. But I am doing a hell of a lot better, and that's large part to Max, yourself, thank you, and to everybody else that keeps on reaching out. So I just wanted to say a massive thank you to everybody. And don't come to this podcast for like saline, for very safe commentary of anything. This is more like the social commentary for prison inmates, really, is it? I don't know. But honestly, thank you so much for supporting us all, and definitely look forward to doing this next week or the week after, whenever's more suitable. If we win on Sunday, I'm just running naked around the block.
If we win by 3-1, I'm gonna have to be on Amazon finding a Batman costume, or at least a Batman mask. I think
we win 3-1, mate. Trust me, you're going to be getting a lot of messages.
It can't happen. I think that's everything. Yeah, we'll see you after the Inter game. Forza Milan, and remember, go to San Siro.